In this video I'm going to show you how you can make a very budget DIY round pen fencing. I'm going to do the same for the arena, but I'm only by myself today, so I'll just show you how I am going to make the round pen by myself. And that's a smaller project to start with. So in the past few days I have built a paddock paradise, start and moved the horses here. And there is Jade. So we started with creating the round pen because I want to have a path around it, so it's important to know where it's going to be. But I didn't have enough pallets yet. We have a whole load over there. But this is what we started out with. We started with putting them all next to each other to get the measurements. But then when we realized we didn't have enough, we decided to divide them over the track or over the small poles so that we could still have a round pen already and not have those small poles with no fencing around it, because you can see they're very low and I didn't feel comfortable with that. Here you can kind of see what it's supposed to look like, but then between every gap there's supposed to be a pallet as well. So these two pallets show very well what the goal is here. So I placed this small pole around every so what meter. We don't know. We used a piece of wire to measure it. After placing a few in a row here, we started with painting the circle out. So I wanted to have it 17 meters in the diagonal, and then I placed something in the middle and started measuring to 8.5 every time. So that's how I know it's a circle. Then we started putting some poles in here. First I even used the plastic poles to set it out, so we knew where to go with the actual wooden poles. These are 1.20 centimeters long. They're just square, they don't have a point, but they work fine. And they were very cheap, and that's why I chose them. This is also why I chose to do this. It's very cheap. The only cost I have is for these little poles. And I have about 22 in the ground here in the round pen. Now, just gonna drag some pallets here, place them in the middle of the pallets and zip tie them and see what it looks like. Something you have to keep in mind is that this side has to go on the pole. So you can't have it like this, because then there's no place for the pole. So that is what depends how you're gonna place them. And you can see with these other pallets, they're very different. And I had to pretty much place them vertical, all of them, and they're more square. But I'll see what it looks like, and maybe I'll change them all for these ones. Gonna see how far I need to go. And that's it. And then of course I wanted close to this one. Yeah, this is, we calculated with these pallets, and we'll probably see problems like this. So I think I'm gonna replace the other ones. Okay. Next pallet. It's a very nice way to move pallets. Just rolling them. All right. One over here. Hey. I'm a boy. So after a 30-minute workout, I have 6 pieces of fencing. But yeah, I mean, It looks great. This part not so much. But this is really pretty. And on the inside, well, you've already seen it, but it looks decent. But what I've really enjoyed since moving here is that I can just put you there and work with Aslan and film that for the vlog or for Instagram or whatever. So that's another plus on the pallet fencing. Let's do a shake test. The last few didn't even move at all. So that's what I really like. I'm not gonna tie them to the ground at all. Gravity is just gonna do its job. And the fact that they're all gonna be tied together. But I love it. So pretty. There is some, this is all chalk, because the factory where we got it from is a chalk factory, which also gets on your clothes very well. That's okay, because you can just wash it off. And on some there's also some mold. This one, for example. And that's also okay, because this is not gonna last forever, of course, but it is basically for free. I think the fencing is the poles are about 100 euros, so it will be €100 fencing for a round pen, which is insanely cheap. So if that means we're gonna have to redo them every few years, that's fine. But we will be putting something on there to help it protect it from like the wind and rain and everything, so it doesn't rot too fast. But of course it's gonna rot. But I'm fine with that. It looks pretty now, and we can always get more. And hopefully it will like manage 5 years, and we only have to redo everything every 5 years. And also for the pony club, we could eventually like make it into a rainbow if we want to, or do other fun things with them. The possibilities are endless, and I really think it looks good. Alright, so while I continue working in the video, I have my list of costs for you. The poles, they are 120 centimeters long and 5 by 5 centimeters wide. They cost me €3.29, 22 times, and that makes €72.38. The zip ties were $15.95 because I broke so many. The pallets were for free. The transport was for free, and that makes a total of €88.33. Optional is the beer for the helpers that I got. And later I will obviously be adding drainage pipes, tarp and sand to make it a round pen that I can use in the winter as well. But I am just so happy with what it turned out to look like. So all by myself it took me about 3 afternoons. If you are with 2 people, I'm sure you can do this in 1 day and be done with it. So it's very easy, not that heavy if you roll the pallets like I showed. And it really just looks amazing in my opinion. I have put a link for a free ebook page that will show you exactly step by step what I did to build this round pen. Just want to give that to you. Please, if you do, come back to this video and give me some feedback. Did you like that download? Should I make an actual ebook that you can buy for a small amount of money, so I can put all the how-tos and builds and ideas, everything that you can do to make your paddock paradise, or do some paddock enrichment, or make obstacles for your horse, that I have a whole bundle of that. But for now, let's enjoy the end result. And the round pen is finished. It really looks great. The horses are loving it. We've been working in it frequently and using it as a place to feed the horses when we don't want the other horse to join. And it works great. I'm just really happy with what it looks like, how it works, how it functions. No pallets have fallen down, but the black zip ties were very cheap. So those broke a little more frequent, so I had to replace some of those with white ones, like over here. This one was loose, but you can see now this is not going anywhere. So it works really well. The horses are using it to scratch on as well. Also, yeah, I haven't seen this yet. Also, the arena has been placed for 50%, so one short and one long side. They're using that as a scratching pole as well, and that's fine because it works and it doesn't damage it. Still looks good, so I'm very pleased, and it really creates the path that we wanted here. Good job, Jade. So this is a very wide side, and then here it gets narrower. Of course this could be prettier, but it's functional and that's fine. Hey, hi my boy. Yeah, you're happy with it, huh? So I hope that if you're looking for a cheap but nice round pen fencing or arena fencing or just fencing, because I saw this as a garden fencing, so not with horses at all. I hope this inspires you then. I hope, yeah, it gives you an idea of how to do it so you can make it yourself. And I hope to see you in the next video. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Okay, bye!